All right, there we go. For a minute, I thought my phone was not going to let me do a live video tonight. And I'm like, we can't do this tonight. We can't do this tonight. No. So welcome to the Starting Over session with me, Allison Rozelle, also known as Coach Roz. And I am so excited because, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. But yes, oh my goodness, it feels very surreal, actually, sitting here with you, and I have not been live in a while. As a matter of fact, for those that may be new to my page, I feel like an eyelash is trying to attack me. For those that are new to my page, I took the entire month of October off. Yeah. So I did no lives, no posting, no nothing. Well, there might have been like a couple of things, but overall, no. It was just crickets. So I did that as a social media sabbatical. And that's not to say that I didn't log on to social media. I just chose to not post or participate in some of the conversations. Like if I did, I would do like a quick check, for certain things or whatever. I missed a lot of birthdays, so I'm definitely on my personal page. I'm gonna go and probably post that acknowledging that I missed a lot of birthdays in October because I wasn't on there. Some I was able to, I just, took the time to go, and a lot of them were just like private messages. Didn't do a whole lot of posting on the walls. Hey, Tabitha, thank you. So I took October as a month to first and foremost get some perspective on some things and to work on the podcast. So new episode airs this Tuesday. So if you're not ready, you better get ready. And you can listen to the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, as well as iTunes or Apple Podcasts, or however you want to say. Either way, we're there. So, go there now, find it, and that's the Starting Over at 40 podcast, and that's the @ sign. So it's at 40, not the word at, but the symbol at 40. Aha, did a little slick one on you. So make sure you go ahead and whatever platform you like to listen to, make sure you go in and start following now. So that way when a new episode hits on Tuesday morning, you will be ready, Freddy. Okay, so I want to start this thing off right. Yeah, that's my now second song that I've done since I've been on here. Hello, Amy. So, I want to pull a card. So, Tab, since you were the first person here, give me a number between 1 and 13, please, ma'am. And we will be pulling from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And we will jump right into the message after we've pulled our card. Hi, Amy. So happy to see you. $11. How blessed. Because we are in the 11th month, are we not? So let's just all just sit here and let's just take a breath together. And let's just feel our breath, feel our bodies, and point your intentions this way to whatever message that we are to receive. Okay. I like this one. So it says, time for a nap. Time for a nap. Which, if you look at this, you've got the moon, sleepy moon, and an adorable, I think that's a fox, sitting there in the twinkling stars. So cute, so pretty, so restful and peaceful, right? And I think this is actually a really good message for us, because this is kind of very poignant to the fact that for October, I took that month off. Time for a nap. So it's kind of like, think about the fact that sometimes we don't take time for ourselves. Sometimes we don't take that time to slow down and to rest. We're so go, 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 go. And then so many times our bodies, our minds, our spirits are telling us, screaming at us, take a nap, rest, rest. Sometimes on the other part of the spectrum, it could also be saying, take time off from what you're doing. Just a little time. And that is so true, because that's what I did. I felt led to do that, to take a break. In the month of October, I did. So that's actually an excellent, excellent message. Take a nap. Time for a nap. Some of us it is time. Some of us it's past time. Some of us have like literal hazard lights blinking in our face, telling us, take time for you. Do it now. You need it. You need it. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. So I would say, I hope that that message reaches who it needs to reach. Okay? Time for a nap. Let me take a sip of water. Throat's been a little scratchy. This weather has been bonkers. Like, okay, so how are you going to be like 70 something one day, and then the next day it's cold as all get out? Crazy. Nevertheless, give thanks. All right, so I wanted to talk tonight about my sabbatical. It was very interesting. It was very peaceful. I didn't, like I said, I logged on to social media, but I didn't hit like, I didn't hit share, I barely read stuff, and that was with intention. I think for me, it was more of, let me just glance through and make sure nothing is happening to the people that I care about, that I don't, that I'm unaware, because that's something for me. I don't want to be unaware if people that I love are affected by something and I don't know about it. And I know usually on Facebook that is the place where most people post if there's a death in the family, a birth in the family, birthdays, someone got married, someone got divorced, different things like that. Someone's child is missing, and so on and so forth. So I think for me, it was more of glancing through to see those things. And another part of that also is, it also was showing me You ain't missing nothing. Get off of here. You not missing nothing. Same person that was posting about how miserable they were in September, guess what? In October, since they ain't addressed none of their issues and they ain't came to see you, they're still miserable. So let them be where they be. So that's basically what October was about. And again, recording for the podcast. And I did a teaser episode. And I don't know if you've listened to it or not. But in the midst of that, I still can't like stress enough how grateful I am. Like, the main platform I use is SoundCloud. And that's where my stats are, because I use, that to post on all the other sites. And what I've been noticing is I've been getting a lot more listeners, a lot more people listening to the podcast from various forms. And it's really been blessing my soul to see that, to see the growth of listeners. People are listening to the podcast, and it's humbling. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I can't wait for it to grow even more. I so enjoy doing it. And this season, it's just going to be just awesome. The women who are coming in to talk are just awe-inspiring so much. And I'm not going to give away all the topics because that's in the teaser where I talk about some of the things we talk about, but just to hear other people telling their stories, telling their truth, sharing their expertise, talking about things that most of us have in common. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I feel blessed and honored to be able to do that, to share that, to be a part of that. It's great. It's great. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about what I learned during this time off. So this gave me so much time to do a lot of thinking about where I am, where I want to go, what do I want to do? Because I have this program that is launching in December. It's coming in December, where you can sign up for it. And this program was given to me divinely. And it's big. And at a moment of thinking about it is kind of overwhelming for me because it's going to take a commitment from the women who participate and from myself in a way that is very different. I'll just say that. And I'm excited about that because the vision I have for it and the parts of it that keep showing up just make it just that much more spectacular and magical and juicy. It's a program where I get to bring in all the magic, all the joy, all the expertise that I have to share with other women who are ready for major change in their lives. And I'll be talking more about this. So that was one of the things. The next thing, the next challenge, I follow Rosetta Thurman, who is also known as the Happy Black Woman. Peace to Rosetta, my girl. I've never met you, but I plan to one day. Um, I follow her and I enjoy listening to her. Her podcast um, is the inspiration for mine, just flat out. I was very inspired by her. I love her platform. I love what she does. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Um, but I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it in my personality. But she is the inspiration for me creating the podcast. So I follow her and she has been doing something and I didn't realize it because I'm on her mailing list. And I guess because she was doing it so much that it just wasn't clicking to me that this is what was actually happening. What she did was 40 days straight, she went live in her group. And she actually had been doing videos. She was doing like 100 and some odd days. So like months of doing videos, showing up and doing videos and not really having what she wants to talk about. Just showing up. And it made me think about my starting over session that I did, that I talked about just show up, and I actually just listened to it recently. Just show up. And so I'm like, okay, so now this is preaching to me that I need to be showing up. Because what I thought I was going to be doing when I took my sabbatical, what I thought was I was going to 86 the starting over sessions every week and instead just focus on the podcast. No. No. As I sat with that, as I sat in that, as I prayed on that, as I meditated on that, it says no. So now I am challenged to do something similar. So, for the month of November, I am committed to doing live videos every day, with the exception of Friday and Saturday. And the only reason why is because I have to have preparation time for some other projects that I have going on. So here's how it's going to work. So Sunday, we're still here. We're doing the starting over sessions at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday through Thursday, I will be in my Facebook group doing live videos, chatting with my peeps in the group. So, if you are not a part of the Starting Over at 40 Movement Facebook group, which is my free Facebook group, by the way, if you are not part of that group, then I would urge and encourage you to be a part of it, because the information that I have that I'm going to be sharing this month is really going to help you in this year well and start next year off with a bang. A bang, bang, a bangity bang. So, here's the link for the group if you are not in the Starting Over at 40 movement group, because that is where the bulk of my messages are going to be, and I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to miss out. So that's that part. So now let's get into the lessons, because those were the challenges. And trust me, I have more, but I don't want to keep you all on here for like 2 hours. Plus, I need something else to talk about when I go live. And give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. So here are the lessons. So with these challenges that I have been given to do for this month, first and foremost, the word for this month is intentional. Thank you. The word for this month is intentional, meaning we're going to start talking about being intentional in what we do, not just doing something for the sake of doing it. Do something on purpose with purpose. And the reason why I say that is because so many times we spend so much of our lives flying by the seat of our pants, and we do spare the moment things. And don't get me wrong, spontaneity can be a beautiful thing when it's in the right spirit and it's aligned with the time and everything else to do the spontaneity. Go for it. But we've got to get to a place where if we are wanting to tap into our authentic bliss and pleasure and joy, if we are wanting to tap into that energy, then we've got to start being intentional with what we do. Do with purpose and on purpose. So that is why for the month of November, that is our major theme. Now, an underlying thing for the month, theme for the month of November is also gratitude. Because that is something that I pride myself in practicing that. Not saying that I always get it right, but that is a major part. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So be intentional. That was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, take action when it's time to. Meaning, when the door is wide open, do me a favor and just walk through it. Don't be like, well, I don't know, kind of like you doing double dutch and you trying to gauge, is it time? Should I jump in? Is this the right, are the ropes the way I need it to be? No more double dutch. Somebody say that, no more double dutch in my life, unless it's the real thing. No more double dutch. No more double dutching opportunities. It's enough of that. Because I've spent a lot of my life double dutch, trying to check, can I jump in? Is this can I scoot and go on in? No more of that. So now is the time to take action when it's time to take action. So when you have the window of opportunity or the door is wide open, for the love of God, for the love of all things, of just go. Get up and go. Because if it's open for a reason. That means it's your door, it's your window. Go. Go with enthusiasm. Go with enthusiasm. Because it's open for a reason. It's open for you. It's not too good to be true. I know we have, that part about us where it's like if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. Sometimes that's the case, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's not. The very thing that you spent time praying over and saying, God, please let me be able to do this. And you start bartering and bargaining with God as if that really works, because it does not. It's like that really doesn't, you don't even have to do that, honestly. But you start doing that, and that's how you get tripped up. And so when the door is finally open, God's like, okay, you can go ahead. Then you're like, I don't know. Well, like, I don't want to get hit by the ropes. And there ain't no ropes there, but you, again, double dutch. No more double dutch entrance. Just go on through. Just go on through. For those that don't speak Southern, go on through. Go forward, my child. So take action when it's time to. Number 3 It's time for me to raise my standards. And I know it's time for you to raise yours. It's time for me to raise my standards. It's time for me to stop. This is not any shade on like discount stores or anything like that, because I go to them, I shop in them. But it's time to stop living a Walmart life when I'm dreaming about Neiman Marcus. It's time for me to just go on and go in Neiman Marcus. It's time to up level. It's time to level up. It's time to upgrade. It's time to raise my standards. If I'm saying I want the Neiman Marcus life, then I need to stop treating my life like Walmart. Because, you know, Walmart, everything's discounted. It's supposed to be. Including their service, by the way. Let's just talk about it. Walmart is humongous, and they still have like 1 or 2 registers open and lines going out the door. It's madness. It's madness. But you don't have to wait at Neiman Marcus. At least I don't think you do. So if this is the life that I said that I wanted, then why don't I treat my life that way? Why don't I raise my standards? And when I say raise your standards, I mean, if the people that you're running with now are not wanting to go anywhere or do anything, they're fine with the way everything is. They don't want to grow, but you're constantly growing and you're outgrowing. Say goodbye. Level up. Raise your standards. Raise your standards on the people you surround yourself with. Raise your standards on, hell, even the underwear that you buy. Raise your standards on, the kind of things that you like, the food that you buy. Get good food for yourself. Feed yourself good food, right? Raise your standards on every level. Raise your standards and think about the life I want to live. Am I living that, or am I just right now doing something at a discount because I'm not quite sure if this is where I'm supposed to be, even though I know I want to be over here, but I'm treating my life like a Walmart experience. Again, no shade on Walmart or anything like that, but I think you understand what I'm saying. There's a difference between buying underwear at Walmart and underwear at Macy's, right? Or underwear at Neiman Marcus, or underwear, at Soma or something like that. There is a difference. So start treating your life the way that you want your life to be. Raise your standards. I'm raising my standards. Meaning I'm raising my standard on my business as well. If I want to have a Rolls Royce business, I have to stop treating my business like it's a Pinto. If you have a vision that is a Rolls Royce vision, stop treating it like it's I'm telling my age, Yugo. Stop treating those things that you say mean so much to you in that way. Raise your standards. So the standards on my business means, my prices might go up. But that's not to, turn off. Well, actually it is. It's to turn off the people who really aren't serious about working with me. Because I'm not going to discount my work, because my work is valuable. What I have to give is valuable. My time is valuable. I can't have people who make appointments with me and I'm like, oh, sure, I'll give you your money back. Hey, Goddess Kim Renee. Yes, girl, you go. You remember the Yugo back in the day. If you are If you are my age or older, you know you remember them Yugos. They lasted like that long. But I'm saying I'm raising my standards on my business. I can no longer allow myself to treat my business in such a less than way when this is my dream, this is my vision, this is my baby, this is my passion, this is my purpose, this is my way of life. So if I'm raising my standards, everything is affected with that. Make sense? Number 4, the next thing I'm raising is my expectations. Yeah, I'm raising my expectations. Not my expectations of people, because when I sit and try to expect people to do things the way that I would do it or whatever, it lets me down every time. I let people be who they are. But what I'm talking about is my expectations of when I've said a prayer and I've said, okay, God, this is the life I want. This is the thing that I want. I'm seeing myself. If I'm going through the trouble of doing meditation with visualization, I'm journaling about it. I'm praying over it. I'm lighting my prayer candles. I'm smudging the hell out of my house. I'm telling my friends, pray for me, pray for this with me, and so on and so forth. It's smack dab on my vision board and everything else. And I've gone through all of this trouble, and in my mind, I still don't believe that it can happen. Why do you want something if you don't believe you deserve it? If you don't believe it can happen for you, why would you do that to yourself? Why? It's not a fantasy. If you're saying that this is what you want, so you've raised your standards. So you said, okay, so from now on, my business, I'm charging, and I'm just throwing this out here, $5,000 per session. And then when it's time for you to put that on your website, well, I don't know, because, some folks, having a hard time right now. And I can't do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just keep it at 1,000 because I want to make sure. So you just said that you want $5,000. You've prayed over it. You've had the go ahead from your guides, from God, and everything about it feels right in your body and everything else. But you then don't have the expectation you can do it, that you can make it, that you can have it, that you deserve it. Raise your expectations. If you have the expectation that you're going to fail, guess what? You will fail. I have no other way to put that. If you say, I am, like for what I said, I am challenged to now have this program and I'll just tell you, this is a 9-month program. Oh yeah, this is a big daddy program. Do you hear me? Yeah, and I'm challenged with that. I can't look at that and be like, well, nobody's going to want to do that with me for 9 months and I don't know and everything else. What you talking about, Willis? Didn't you just pray over that? Didn't you just say that that's what you wanted? And didn't you just get the green light to do it? So what are you talking about? So if I have the expectation of failure with that nobody will participate in the program and purchase the program, that, no one is going to want to listen to me or anything else. If I have that expectation, guess what? It's already true. It's already true. So everything that's been put on my vision board, and I do this because mine is right in front of me, literally. It doesn't make any sense for me to put anything in my cute little journals and everything else. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. If my expectation is already that I'm going to fail, then I've already sentenced myself to death, basically. If you have the expectation that someone will let you down, they probably will. If you have the expectation that you're going to fail, you will. You will. So you have to change your language and raise your expectation. And that's what I learned as well while I was out off on sabbatical from social media. I got to raise my standards and my expectations. So I got to move into that and get my vibrations up so that I can welcome in the things that I say that I want. Or else I'm not going to get it. And I'm just going to be just like I am right now, like nothing. So the last thing that I learned is to give thanks for divine timing. Give thanks and give time for divine timing. Because so many times I feel like something is supposed to happen when I say it's supposed to happen, or I'll just throw something out there and be like, okay, yeah, now it needs to come to me, when actuality, anything that's good takes time. You know that. If you're eating a meal, you can tell when somebody really took their time and cooked that meal, right? Like, fast food is fast food for a reason. When you eat it, it tastes just like what it says, fast food. It's not the most appetizing. It's not good to your body. You know, it's okay. But again, raise your standards. But it's quick. But those slow cooked meals, those meals where you got to take your time, or somebody took their time to cook it, to season it, to saute and bake and everything else to it, and added all the right ingredients, a sprinkle of this, a dab of that, teaspoon of that, and put everything together where all the flavors are savory and yummy to your tongue, to your palate, and everything tastes good, feels good, and your body feels good and receives it well. And you're not like having the itis afterwards, but you feel good. You feel fulfilled. That's what divine timing is like. If you sit and want it like a drive-through, because it's not McDonald's, you're not going to go to the little speaker, put your order in, and go around the little corner, pay a little money, and then go to the next window, and bam, there's your blessing. Don't always work that way. Some of them can come rather quickly, but it's all divine timing. What you do in the meantime is get prepared for its coming. I used to wonder about that. I'm like, okay, well, if it's coming in divine timing, what am I supposed to be doing in the meantime? Prepare. Be prepared for it. Because once it comes, it comes, and it's there. It's yours. Go back to the first, actually number 2, take action. Go on through the door. No more double dutch. So give thanks for divine timing. So those are the lessons that I learned on my sabbatical. And some of these I already knew, practically most of them. But you know, when you take a little time, you know, when you have your time for a nap, and you take that time for yourself, you step away and you recharge and you reevaluate things and look at things in a different light, in a different way. That's when you start getting challenged to do things and see things and evolve. And all of these things are, these lessons, it's just part of the evolution. It's part of your evolution. So, again, the month of November, Our word is intentional. So every day when I talk, we're going to be talking about what we're intending or for our lives. And then, like I said, the underlying lesson is always going to be gratitude. But we've got to do that. We got to start being intentional with the things that we do. Do it on purpose. I'm meant to do that. I'm meant to do that. Yeah, that's going to be what you're going to start saying. When you do something and you start showing up for yourself and things start popping for you, somebody be like, girl, did you do that? But like, honey, yes, I meant to do that. Do it with purpose, on purpose. That is what we are to do. So that is what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to be challenging ourselves for this month. We are going to be ready for the Starting Over at 40 podcast on Tuesday. Every Tuesday, a new episode will air. So if you're not in the Starting Over at 40 movement Facebook group, the link is in the comments. Click it, join, because that is where I'm going to be. So on Sundays, we will have the Starting Over sessions, just like this one. And then Monday through Thursday, I will be live in the group every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if I can't, because there are a couple of times where I have some things to do this month, I will make up for it on like Friday or something. However, I'm led to do it. But I'm not going to do a whole lot of thinking and overthinking on this, because this is something that apparently in this divine download, this is something that I must do and that is important. So I'm going to be obedient and I'm just going to do it. And I want you to be there with me. So let's all just take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Be intentional. Give thanks. No more double dutch. When it's time to go through the open door, don't you double dutch. You better go on through that door. Raise your standards. Raise your expectation. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for divine timing. Yes. So, tell me what you think. Leave me a comment. Share this message. And make sure you go follow me so you can be a part of the Starting Over at 40 podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. See, I'm covering all the bases. You have no excuse. Thank you so much for joining me. I have missed you all so much. It was so great to be sitting back here and speaking with you again. I love, 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 love you so much. And there is nothing you can do about that. Have a wonderful Sunday evening and enjoy this weather and the time change. We didn't even talk about the time change, but that'll be another time. All right, y'all. Bye.